stages. We shall fight on the landing grounds.
Thank you for joining me. This is A Radio and the Morning Minute. Today, I was going to talk about Trudeau's continuing attack on Canadians and their way of life. And as important as that is, there is something else of equal importance. There is a bill going through Parliament right now. Now, I think this is an amendment, but it's very difficult to find out. It's Bill M103. That's Bill M103. And I have details on my website, and there's a tab on there saying Bill M103. The Bill M103 is being promoted by an MP, which I believe their constituency is a subsection of Mississauga, which also has another subsection called Evans Mills. This adds to my point that I've made previously, that there are too many seats in such a small area of the country, i.e. Mississauga. And Mississauga, by the way, is a suburb of Toronto. And to be honest, it might as well be Toronto. Anyway, this bill is simple. It seeks, in simple terms, to label anyone, and I mean anyone, who says anything about Islam as Islamaphobic and can subsequently be prosecuted. Here's the deal. Why one culture? Why not Christians? Why not Jews? Why not Hindus? Etc., etc. Newsflash to Mr. Trudeau. This country was built, like so many others, on Judeo-Christian values. Nothing else. Judeo-Christian values. Our laws, and yes, Mr. Trudeau, our laws are based upon that. But it appears that Quebec politicians want to force upon all Canadians what I call clean speak. You cannot discuss anything that is you as a Canadian find objectionable and is considered Islamophobic. How ridiculous. Canadians thought they had free speech. Isn't that why these ethnic groups came to this country in the first place? Well, that's what I thought, because they were being oppressed in their own country. Now, not only do you and others want to impose a new structure of law on Canadians, you, that is Trudeau, and this MP wants to deny your Canadian rights to speak your mind for fear of offending a small minority of, quote, new Canadians. I think there's much, much more going on here. I and many others have seen through this garbage, Mr. Trudeau. It's nothing to do with just shutting down free speech, which is bad enough, but it is much more to do with votes. Liberals will do anything and say anything to get votes, to get seats, and to stay in power. Even sell out other Canadians' right to free speech. Oh, and if you ever want an example of controlling the media, listen to the message that they give out to the media about last night's attack in Quebec. This clip is from Fox News.
The top this morning, gunmen opening fire, unleashing a deadly rampage inside a mosque in Quebec City. A witness says a masked man stormed in shouting Allah Akbar as they killed 6 people and then wounded 8 more. Right now, 2 suspects under arrest. Their motives are not known at this point. Canadian officials calling this a terror attack against Muslims.
No mention of the race, nationality of the 2 arrested for last night's attack. If they're white, Anglo, tell us. If not, tell us. Don't we have the right to know? Because if they were not white, that would not fit into Trudeau's narrative and not allow him to take away Canadians' right to free speech, would it? You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com. I'm on Twitter at @ARadioCanada. I'm also on Facebook at @ARadioCanada. I'm now on Gab at @ARadio. You can email me at aradiocanada@gmail.com. And you can also listen to my morning minutes on Spreaker.com under A Radio. That's EHRADIO, A Radio. And please click the like button. And you can also find all my podcasts and morning minutes at aradio.wordpress.com and click on the Morning Minutes tab.